Good morning, boys and girls. Can you see me underneath all this hair? This is called an afro. It's a big wig, and I'm wearing it today for a special reason. Today we're going to paint like Bob Ross. Today is day 9 with Art with Angela, and I got my friend here behind me, Bob Ross, and he used to be a very famous painter, and he was on TV when I was a kid, and I used to watch him. He used to get paintbrushes, big paintbrushes like house paintbrushes, and he'd put them on a palette or on his palette and his canvas, and he'd make these big, beautiful pictures that looked like you were outside. They'd have trees and mountains and all that kind of nice landscapes is what they called. So today we're going to do a landscape, but we're going to do it in pencils and crayons and markers because I don't want your parents to have to run out and buy this stuff when we should be staying inside. So get out all the things you need, your paper and pencils and everything, and we're going to get started. We're going to do a Bob Ross landscape. All right, here we go. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're kind of working a little backwards today. Hopefully you could see me. I'm trying to stay in the picture and out of the picture. Let's draw. These are going to be some trees. Now they're going to look crazy to you, I know, but they're almost like, just a jaggedy line. And then we'll put a bottom on them. We'll put a little crookedy bottom. Those are going to be trees that are off in the distance. And then we're going to put a couple trees down here, right on the side of our painting. And I'm doing them kind of messy like. You don't have to make them all little points and everything. They could be just kind of scribbly looking. So I have a big tree, a little tree, and a whole forest of trees over here. Now let's do our horizon line. That's why we have our picture sideways today, so we can do a horizon line and make it be very long. So we're going to put a line right across our whole painting. Don't forget on the little side there of our trees. And then let's put where the ground ends here. So we've got trees, land, and more trees here. And then down here, let's put water, but we're going to start right at the corner of our paper, and we're going to go up. So we're going to turn this line all here into water, and don't forget the other side of our little trees is the water's going to come out there. So there's going to be land, water, and land again. We want to make sure our trees are growing on the land and not in the water. Now let's draw some mountains. We're going to draw some big mountains in the back. Remember, take up your paper. We don't want just little mountains. And then we'll do a littler one here. We're going to end it and then connect another one there. And how about one more over here, just so he's not lonely by himself. Now we're going to pretend there's a sunrise right in the center, right here. So that would make a shadow on our mountain. So we want to put on the far side, we want to put a shadow. Now if the sun was here, the shadow would be over here on this side of the mountains. So we'll make a squiggly line. Now, here's where the fun begins. I want you to take your time with this. If it goes too fast for you, slow it down, stop it, catch up, and then turn it back on. We do that a lot when we're watching Bob Ross tapes here at Out of Our Minds Art Studio. So let's do yellow. We're going to do yellow all across the bottom. And as I always say, do it a whole lot better than me because I'm being kind of sloppy and messy and trying to get it done. And then I'll use orange, and I'll kind of blend it in a little bit on top of one another so it doesn't look like a piece of candy corn. So we'll put some orange down in our yellow. And then we'll use red at the top because it's lighter where the sun is coming up and it's getting darker, or it is darker up away from it. All right, now we have a beautiful sunrise or a sunset. What do you think it is? Now let's go ahead and do the mountains. We're going to use two kinds of blue today. We're going to use a light blue and a dark blue. So we're going to make our front part of our mountains that the sun is shining on light blue. And we're going to color them in. Whoa, I got outside the lines. And then remember on this side, our light blue is on the other side because the sun is hitting this side of the mountains. And now we're going to grab our dark blue. Hopefully you could see everything and me in this because I'm trying to get Bob Ross in here today. He's kind of stealing the show, I think. We're going to do dark blue and we're going to put it over here on the far side of the mountains. See how that makes it look like a shadow on the mountains? And then on this side, it's looking pretty awesome. I think Bob Ross would be very, very proud of us at this point. Now, again, we're going to use two different greens. We're going to use a light green and a dark green. We want our trees, where things touch, we want to make sure they look different. So we're going to do our trees. They kind of look like a heart monitor if you've ever seen a heart monitor, the lines it makes. All right, and then we're going to do these trees down here, light green too. Now take your time. Like I said, stop, stop the video here and catch up if you need to, and then start it again. Now, dark green is going to be our grass, so I'll make sure I put it in the right spot here. Alrighty, we have our dark green. And don't forget, in between the trees and on the far side of the trees. And then down here. Oh, I think Bob Ross would be very proud of us today. And then let's use some blue for the water. Now you can use both colors of water. You can use your dark blue in here. And you can even use some light blue in here so it looks like little water movement. But you show me how you're going to do it. And maybe you don't want a sunrise. Maybe you'd rather just have a blue sky. Show me. Now, in one of our paintings, I believe it was our sailboats, we put some seagulls in there. So we're going to put some birds going over the mountains. Maybe they won't be seagulls. Maybe they'll be eagles. I think that's a good idea. But let's do them an easy way. Again, I told you it's just like a V with big lines on it. But let's make it a little fatter this time. Let's put a little ball on it so that you can actually like see the bird's body. And let's do another bird here. And do the body, maybe make the wings just a little bit bigger. And maybe we'll have a bird, little tiny bird. He's way ahead of the other guys out there. So, we have our Bob Ross painting. Do your pictures, send them to me. I really, really do love seeing them. And I love to comment. I like to see what stands out and tell you what I think is really cool. Some of those pajamas were really awesome yesterday. So, do the picture, send me the pictures. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell you at the end of every video. Stay safe, wash your hands, listen to your parents, and stay creative. Get out those pens and pencils, draw. Sometimes you don't even have to draw what I'm drawing. Use your own imagination. If you finish this up and you still feel like drawing, keep drawing, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.